Good morning, world. This is the Propaganda Critic. Today is November 21st, 2017. It is 5:30 a.m. And today I would like to discuss with you living by principles. I've been doing a lot of research lately into adherence to principles and building your understanding of the world from foundational truths as opposed to from individual events and ideas and people. So, really meditating on the nature of reality and building your understanding from that as opposed to analogies from others. I know when I was younger, I used to live vicariously through others, and I didn't have a really strong sense of who I was. And I feel as though that has fragmented my psyche and has really caused me a lot of troubles in life. So I think the best way to approach this is to start with a quote. And the quote that I have chosen is from Miyamoto Musashi, who is a samurai, very famous samurai. And he has a lot of really great insights into how to live a life based on principles and not be susceptible to the shiny objects and distractions of the modern world. So let's just go ahead and start with the quote from him. This is Miyamoto Musashi. Quote, 1. Accept everything just the way it is. 2. Do not seek pleasure for its own sake. 3. Do not, under any circumstances, depend on a partial feeling. 4. Think lightly of yourself and deeply of the world. 5. Be detached from desire your whole life long. 6. Do not regret what you have done. 7. Never be jealous. 8. Never let yourself be saddened by separation. 9. Resentment and complaint are appropriate neither for oneself nor for others. 10. Do not let yourself be guided by the feeling of lust or love. 11. In all things have no preferences. 12. Be indifferent to where you live. 13. Do not pursue the taste of good food. 14. Do not hold on to possessions you no longer need. 15. Do not act following customary beliefs. 16. Do not collect weapons or practice with weapons beyond what is useful. 17. Do not fear death. 18. Do not seek to possess either goods or fiefs for your old age. 19. Respect Buddha and the gods without counting on their help. 20. You may abandon your own body, but you must preserve your honor. 21. Never stray from the way. So this quote seems to have a list of things to adhere to, and a lot of them apply in our modern world, such as, well, with the whole distractibility and the shiny objects and trying to stay centered. Some of the interesting points were, that I believe were interesting, were, let's see, I like the in all things have no preferences, and do not hold on to possessions you no longer need. I know in a modern psyche, especially an American perspective, this is hard to really see as a good thing, because we're constantly chasing after desire, and this sense of dissatisfaction is what drives us to this incessant productivity. But we're not happier. And actually, we're less happy because we're constantly busy and going from one thing to another thing to another thing without meditating on what we're doing. And actually, a lot of this, I got the idea for this subject from Jocko Podcast 100, where he interviews Tim Ferriss regarding Miyamoto Musashi and the Warrior Code. And there's a quote from Tim Ferriss here trying to describe this idea of the path, or the Buddhists might call it the middle way. Tim Ferriss says, quote, "It's a lack of excess agitation and distractedness." And he goes on, "It is having certain first principles in mind." So Elon Musk went into describing this reasoning from first principles as opposed to reasoning by analogy, where you build your understanding of the world on foundational truths as opposed to on events and ideas presented by others. And obviously Elon Musk is a great innovator, not basing his ideas on the accomplishments of others, but building them up from a foundation of truth. So, and it is the foundational principles which will anchor you to the path. Here's another quote by Leonardo da Vinci. Quote, "I love those who can smile in trouble, who can gather strength from distress, and grow brave by reflection. 'Tis the business of little minds to shrink, but they whose heart is firm, and whose conscience approves their conduct, will pursue their principles unto death." I'd like to elaborate more on this, but I don't have a lot of time. I got to get ready for work. Hopefully, this has been an interesting presentation of the idea of the path and avoiding the fleeting distractions of the modern world. Perhaps we could all take some time to slow down and reflect on how we are approaching life. Well, that's all I have at the moment. But if you have thoughts, please share them, comment, like, share the video. Any suggestions about a topic that you'd like for me to discuss, let me know. Once again, thanks, guys. Please like, share, comment, contribute, and I will see you next time. All right.